Hi, Vitaly here from Renter Inc. And I wanted to take the time to show you how to create an effective landing page for your Realtor Referral Mobile app that we've built for you. So, first of all, what is a landing page? A landing page is where you will send people, um, in this case, realtors, to learn more about your mobile app and to download your app. So, what you need to do is you need to figure out how you're going to market your mobile app to realtors in your area. Some people use different ways to market to them, postcards, emails, um, online marketing. All of that is a way for you to get realtors to come and download your app. Um, we wouldn't recommend that you would create some kind of marketing and say, hey, just go to the Apple store and type in your company name mobile app. We want them to land somewhere. We want them to go to your website and have a way to learn more about the benefits of your app before they go and download your app. And have a place where they can just click and go directly and download your app. So that is what a landing page is. A landing page is basically a marketing page on your website where you send all your people to for them to learn more about your app and for them to download it. So an example of that would be here. Let's go here. Let me make this smaller. Okay. So you can see here, let me move this guy out of the way. An example here is Rent Pros Property Management. They have a app that is in their top navigation under Realtors, free app for Realtors. And basically they send all their marketing people here. So it kind of tells them a little bit about the app, the benefits of it, and then it sends them a button to go and download it. So it talks about all the sections of the site. It has a video of a demo of the mobile app, um, the benefits, and then it talks about all the features that the app has to convince them, realtors, to download their app. It also shows them who is going to be responding to rent analysis, to referrals, and all the stuff here. And then here's where they can go and download their app directly from the mobile app, the App Store, either Apple or Google. Now, if they're on a computer and they need to download it from a phone, they simply need to open up their camera app on their phone, and then it'll automatically direct them um, to the right app to download with a QR code. And then it has the frequently asked questions here, and we'll discuss those in why it's important to have FAQs on your landing page. So just a brief overview of what this would look like. What they're missing is testimonials and case studies here, and we'll discuss those in the landing page content. I wanted to, before we get into the content of the landing page, I wanted to point out how important it is for you, the owner or the marketing or the BDM person, to write the content yourself and not rely on third-party services to write the content for you, because it's so important that you know your industry the most. So you're the best person to write the content. You can then have somebody look over your content, but the content needs to be written by you. And that's why we have this workbook for you. It's going to be a little bit time consuming, but it's not going to take a lot of your time because we've already given you a sample text that other property management companies have used. So you don't have to write stuff from scratch. You just go in and you look at what's there and you modify it to your own liking. So let's just jump in. So the instructions here that we've sent you are here. And then there's a link to your own workbook. So the landing page template is basically this right here. just so you have an understanding of each section in the landing page that we're going to be building. And then here's the workbook right here. So you just click it, copy, and then basically I opened it for you. Just go new tab, paste it, and then you go in file, make a copy. And then what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to open up a new one so you can edit it, because the one we gave you doesn't have access to writing for you to modify it. So here's an example. The first one is headline. We have headline here, and then subheadline, and then the button. So everything corresponds to it. And then you can see this is the headline, there's a button name, and then you have an idea of what it's going to look like. Okay, so before you can write this, we need to figure out what is how to write the right headline, how to write each section correctly, because you can write anything you want here. But how do you have an effective landing page that will convert realtors to download your app? So that's why we have this page here, and it talks about each section and how to write it. So I didn't just invent this myself. It's a well-known technique. It's called the sales letter technique. It's a formula to get people to convert, and it's been around for a long time. And you've probably seen this before. You might not have realized that there's a formula that is used, and there's the right way of writing these sales letters or these landing pages that will convert, and the order is very important too. So I've taken the time to take this sales letter formula and convert it to our industry, your industry, property management, and specifically to the mobile app. And I've tried to come up with different kinds of examples even that you could use for each section. So for example, let's just jump into the headline. So we're going over here, and we're looking at top of the page element of your landing page. And then we have an example here that you can take, just copy, and then paste on your side. So there you go. Now, this is going to be your content. This is the example content. By the time that you're done with this, you're going to have your own content. And this is the page that you would be able to send to your developer, to your web person, to create a landing page for you. Now, we have provided you with all the marketing material. So basically all these screenshots of your app have been provided to you, or will be provided to you if we're in the middle of developing the app for you right now. It will be provided for you, so you don't have to create that. We will provide that for you. So you just have to worry about creating the content itself. Okay, so let's just dive into this real quick. So we have this landing page here. This is the template. Now the headline, you decide, hey, working with investor is better, is a good type. Or you can go in here and say, okay, I kind of like this. And then, you read why it's important to have the call to action. What is the main idea here? You look at that and you say, you know what? I like this more. So you just copy this or write your own, and you put it here. All right. And then you decide, okay, well, I want subheadline, or I don't. You can just skip it. But here in this case, I'm gonna go and say I'm gonna keep this one, and then this is gonna be my subheadline. Okay, obviously put your own name in there with your company, or do whatever you want. I think you get the idea here. So in this case, I'm just gonna go over each section here. If you get the idea, It's okay to skip through this, but each section is very important, and I'm just going to highlight each section and some of the benefits of those sections. Okay. Now, let's just dive into this. The button needs to be a call to action, has to be a button that gives you a action. So, for example, it needs to say something like get the mobile app, get our mobile app. Don't say anything like get the app. It needs to say your name on it, or it needs to have a specific, very specific message. So I'd recommend something like get, don't say download because technically you're not downloading it on your mobile app. So say something like get. So this is going to be the name that's going to be inside this button. So just like get Rent Pros for Realtors app. Okay. So that's what it's at. We already have a image for this. So we're just going to go and find it in the Google Drive that I have given you already. And you're just going to paste it here for your developer to just grab. So they don't have to go find stuff. Now, the social proof. The social proof is right here that explains. Quickly show that you're credible by showing some of the well-organized, recognized logos and brokerages. So an example would be a good 250 realtors and counting, or realtors refer clients to us since 1995. So basically something that will go above your social proof, which is your other agents or brokerages that use you. Okay, so let me close this. So you don't get any notifications. Okay. All right. So social, quickly, social proof. We talked about that. So the main point here is to offer something to them, and then automatically the next thing you do is you offer them a social proof that, hey, there's other people who are using it. They're not the first ones who will be downloading this app. They're not the first ones using you as a realtor who refers them clients. So put some social proof, some logos of other companies or other realtors who are either referring you clients already or working with you, or even using your Realtor mobile app already. This is something that you might not want to include at first if you don't have that many people, but eventually it's a good place to put there for your credibility. Some of our users say like, hey, top producer agents who work with us, not necessarily a realtor app. That way you have still credibility here. But then eventually, once you have enough realtors use your mobile app, you can come back and change this to be specific to those who are using your realtor mobile app. The next step is um, the demo. So the demo video is very important because they want to see your face and you showing the video to them. So go ahead and take the time and watch this video that one of our clients did, and they just kind of start off with a video of telling them a little bit about the company, how they are different than the rest in the area, and then showing the mobile app, how the mobile app is able to be used by realtors to request rental analysis, to to give referrals to them, to stay up the latest news and trends, and basically walk them through and demo the app to them. It's very important to have this piece of content in here because if basically there's a lot of mobile apps out there, so you have to convince your clients, your realtors, to download your app. They need to see it before they download it. That's just how it works. So it's good to have, record a video of how that works. And I have a separate video that shows you how to record your mobile app, um, on your screen, just like what I'm doing here. That way you can kind of have your face here, just like what I have here, and you can demo your app right on your computer and then record a video, just like what this client has done. So if you don't know how to do that, there's a separate video that we have that you can find in that shows how you can do that. Now, the next section is the benefits and the results. The benefits here, it's very important to include benefits instead of just jumping into features. So you need to call specific metrics that you're improving. So in this case, you're boosting earnings, building trust, and being more relevant. So realtors who are downloading your app are building clients' trust with your mobile app. They're boosting earnings through your mobile app, and they're being more relevant. Now, as you can see here, we have the benefits are right here. They're not organized the same way as here, but benefits are here. So what we do here is we're trying to get you to think of the benefits here by kind of brainstorming it. Whatever is in yellow is brainstorming, and then so you can come up with the right text here. So they've decided to just use the benefit text without explanation, but you could, on your site, you could explain each of those two. So for example, here, build clients trust. You can then include, how you're building trust on your site. They've decided not to do that, but you're welcome to do that. So the benefits are here. So benefit 1, 2, 3, 4 benefits here. So basically, you start typing that up here, and then in the white section is where you actually write the content that you want to convey to realtors. I would actually recommend that you would write the message and then show the explanation of that benefit underneath your main benefit. So the next thing is after you do this, what they're not doing is they're not including case study, and case studies are very important. And I would recommend that you would actually put this case study underneath your video for a good reason. So if you were to put a price to each section of your landing page, the case study section would have a value of 80%. The reason why it's so high is because case studies are the ones that convert the best and convince people to do the things that you're trying to teach them. So if you, let's say, had all these sections here and you didn't have a case study, you would only have a 20% chance that people would download your mobile app. However, if you have one case study or a few case studies, that there's a much higher chance that you would be able to convince people to download your app. So I'd recommend that you take the time, reach out to your network of realtors who have worked with you before, who gave you referrals before, and those that benefit from you, whether it was you giving them referral fees or you referring them clients back and them benefiting from that. That would be a pretty good case study. Have a few of them, include a picture, a screenshot of them here, even include a quote from them. Now, once you have people who are using your app more and you have case studies specifically of those that are using your mobile app, then include them here too. That would be even better. But at first, if you don't have any clients yet, use the case studies to talk about them referring you clients, and then you paying them referral fees or even referring clients back to you. So all of that is very important. And then we have the case studies um, right here, workbook for case studies. Um, the yellow is kind of like um, you thinking through this stuff, and then in the white is basically what you would actually put on your website. So case studies here. So RentPros is still working on that. So that's why they didn't include it here, but they're planning on including it as soon as they come up with the case study. Okay, so I would highly, highly recommend that you come up with this stuff, these case studies here. Okay, now next step is um, features. So it's important for you to organize them in this order. Uh, so basically talk about benefits before you get into features, because people want to come here and learn about your mobile app and what is it going to do to them, not necessarily how technologically it's going to solve their problems or improve their daily lives. So after you talk about benefits, testimonials, social proof, and case studies, that's when you go in and talk about features. Okay, so the features are pretty simple. You can almost certainly can take the features that are here already and almost copy and paste them, except changing a few words here, and then obviously putting in your brand in there instead of the brand that we have a sample here for. Um, there's a few features here that you might not have in your app depending on when you signed up, but you'll be able to see it here, uh, and you get an idea. So the screenshots, obviously we've provided those for you, so you just take those and put them here, and then you write the content here. You can copy it here and paste it here, just like what you did there. So features are here. You can look through them, and then you can see that this is how they look. The main feature title, and then the explanation. How does it contribute to the results is here, and then a button. And this button is basically the same exact name. That is a call to action on top here, right here, call to action. I would recommend the button to be exactly same as the button up here to have consistency. So all the features are here. The screenshots are there. Just go through it, modify it a little bit, all the features, and that way you're ready to go. And then after the features, is your team. So who will be serving you is basically how it's portrayed here. So right here, your team. So I would focus on exactly who will be serving them in the mobile app. So basically, it's not just, don't just list your whole uh, category of all the people in your company. Only focus on those that will be interacting with the realtors through the mobile app. So if there's somebody who's going to be responding to the rent analysis, put their name and their picture here so they have an idea who they're interacting with. Somebody who's going to be working or getting the referrals and updating the referrals. Someone who's going to be updating them on the latest laws and trends. Put them here. Don't just put everyone on there just to make you feel good that you have 20 people working for your company. This is specifically who will be interacting with them. That will be the point here. So as you can see here, here's an example how that's done. Now, the team is shown on the bottom here. So you have a template, FAQs, and team. So this is where you put your names of your team, their role, and then the explanation. So if you don't see it in the template, there's a reason why. So, all right. So the team right here is right here. Okay. So the next step is the download app. So as you can see, the way this is made is if you click here, click on this button, it just moves you down to this section. You don't have to do that, but I would recommend that you do that. Now, for those who are a little bit more advanced, I would actually um, recommend that you ask your developers to create this in such a way where it'll automatically detect if the person is coming in on the computer or from a mobile device, and you would hide and show these sections to them. So for example, if they're coming on a mobile device, only show them this section, and if they're coming from a computer, show them this section. But it's not that important. So when you do all the marketing, you send them over here. This is where they would go and download your app. So that way you don't have to go and tell them like, hey, go to the app store and type in your name for realtors there, because that's where they're going to get lost. So this is where you want them to go and download your app. Okay. So the download section is right here. So all the text that you want to be written is here, and the links, once we develop the app for you and it's approved, it's gonna show up here. So you can give this to your developer. It's all in one place, and they can go ahead and create a page for you. And the QR codes are here, and then the way you generate the QR codes is right here. We have a page where you can go, and then you pretty much put in your URL of your, for example, RentPros is right here. So if you want to generate a QR code for the App Store, you would just copy this, put it inside here, see where it says URL. Don't do any of the other ones. Do the URL, and paste it here, and then just wait a little bit, and then basically you choose which frame you want here. We like this one, Scan Me, or you can just do a basic one without anything, and then click download, and then don't close this one. It says QR code being generated. Please do not refresh this or exit. And once it's generated, it's going to show up on your computer as a image, and then you can upload this image to your Google Drive or whatever, and then have a link to it here. So that way, wait, no, not here. QR code right here. A link to your QR code for the iPhone, and then one for your Android. Okay, that way your developer has all the things that they need to build a site for you. Now, last page is the frequently asked questions. So most people say, why do I need that? Seems like it's not important, but it's very important for two reasons. For your SEO, it's really good, and it's also good to know how people interact with your website. So if you actually look at how people interact, and you can probably start seeing yourself, how you interact with new websites. When people land on your website, they go and look at your front portion of your page, and then they start skimming down, and then they want to know what is the price, or they have a specific question. If you have frequently asked questions, they're going to go through it, and they're going to try to see a answer to their question that they're trying to find. So if you have a FAQ and it's easy to access that, then you win. And then they get an answer. They're like, okay, well, the price is actually free. Okay, let me look around some more. And they start going through this, and they start answering their own questions. And then they go back and say, okay, now that my real questions are answered, what kind of features does it have? Okay, all right, so I like those features. The pricing is free. It'll get paid to my broker, or whatever other questions that they might have here. They'll be able to answer them. This is very important, that you have these written out. It's good for your SEO, and the way that people work is you need to rephrase the same thing you said here in a FAQ format. So it's okay that you are repeating yourself, but the point is you're answering the same questions from a different perspective. So in your workbook, there's already a lot of FAQs here. So just go in here and make sure that you modify these to have your own brand on them, or remove those that are not applicable to you, or add your own in here. But make sure that you have the FAQ section in your site. Don't delay it for later. Um, Make sure you have it when you build your landing page. So I think this gives you a pretty good explanation of how to build a effective landing page. Um, and I hope that this walkthrough, both the document and the video, is able to show you the benefits of an effective landing page. Hopefully this will be a great asset for you to send realtors to convince them to download your mobile app. And once the mobile app is in their hands, then our company that created your mobile app, will do a lot of heavy lifting to get those people to stay top of mind for your customers. But it is very important for you to build a effective page that will help realtors to download your app. I hope this was useful. And if you have any questions, I am always there to be able to help you with any of this. All right. Thank you so much. And hopefully you'll get more leads with your mobile app. Thank you. Bye-bye.